And now, the part you've all been waiting for, the display tank. Without further ado, here it is. The display tank.
Yep, this is the display side.
So dimensions on this.
So the footprint's 4 foot by 4 foot, and it's about 36 inches deep.
Wait, what? 4 feet by 4 feet by 3 feet equals 360 gallons. All that fish room for 360 gallons? Yes, because Jacob likes it that way. No, you don't have to have all that gear, but he likes it and it's his tank, so he can do what he wants. This is America, damn it. We were talking about the light rack. What does it look like from this side?
So,
the more I watched the canopy roll out, the more I expected it to fall off. I figured Jacob was showing off and letting it go out further than it normally does. I was waiting for a big crash so I could have it on camera, and that didn't happen. This is for when you make the tank longer.
so I can just move this throughout the day, back and forth, simulate the sun.
That's right.
So with it out like that, I can climb up on top of the countertop, stick my head down in the water, reach all the way in. But normally, you have just a very short section here to access.
Right.
For just daily feedings, that sort of thing.
So this gives you all the access back there.
Yep.
Okay, let's roll this canopy back over the tank to talk about lighting. Jacob, I noticed metal halides, no LEDs.
I actually started off the system with some LEDs, and over time I just couldn't make them work for me. Could have been a problem with nutrients. So many variables in the hobby. You know, you want to change one thing at a time, or you're impatient like me sometimes. You just go back to what you know. Metal halide worked for me before, and so I went back to that, and growth's been awesome.
Tell me about your stocking strategy.
Obviously the tank right now is really heavily focused towards SPS.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. I had a lot of problems at first with the LPS. I don't know if it was nutrients or what the hang-up was, but I'm starting to introduce smaller pieces and just see how they do, monitor progress, and so far the LPS are hanging in there.
No zoas.
So no zoas. I don't like zoas in the tank. In my last tank, when I put them on a rock, they did well. And then all of a sudden it's a nuisance because they're climbing up the rock, invading space of SPS. So anything like that, like the GSP that I have in back, might eventually come in this tank.
Wait, no, what?
The GSP.
You're going to put GSP in this?
Yeah.
After all of the work you've done to keep this looking like this, you're going to put GSP in here?
GSP I've never seen just kind of flake off, float around, and reattach. But if you have it in a little island, maybe in the center of the tank on the sand bed.
So why not put zoas on an island?
I could. I just don't find them as attractive.
But you'll take GSP.
I like GSP. I like the movement. I mean, it's...
Okay, back to the tank. So all your SPS in here look great. Any problems with pests?
You know, as much as I put into the effort of quarantining things, you have some aptasia in here. I have vermitids. I haven't any problems with acro-eating flatworms, anything like that that's really impacted the coral so far. But it's just trying to manage the growth of the aptasia, try to keep them in check.
You have a filefish. Is he munching those down?
He's pretty young, and we were hoping so. That was the intent, but so far he just kind of looks funny and he's cute, but he's not munch on anything that we can see.
Jacob, you've clearly taken this to like 10 times above reef junkie level. Not everyone's going to be able to have this size tank, even that kind of close to that kind of fish room.
Right.
What's your advice for someone in the hobby who's getting into it or are into it and they're struggling?
There are people out there that'll tell you, you have to filter your water this way. You have to have this equipment, these lights. You really have to find out what fits the space you've got available, the budget, what equipment you're willing to maintain, what your commitment level is to maintaining that equipment over time. My system in general is, even though it looks super complicated in back, for this display, ultimately, I've got a fuge, which you may or may not need.
Right.
I've got a way to dose carbon, GFO to take out nutrients, a skimmer, calcium reactor to put back in calcium, alkalinity. I viewed the back room as my kind of my blank canvas to do experimentation with plumbing, with electronics, because I'm a builder. That's what I do for a living.
Okay.
That's what I enjoy doing. So in a way, the display side's kind of an afterthought, and it shows, you know, I've got lots of rock exposed that I'd love to cover with coral, and I will over time.
It looks like it's encrusting and
Yeah.
it's going to get there.
I'm just taking my time, letting the coral grow in.
Last question. Your wife lets you do all this. What's the catch?
I guess it keeps me out of the bars.
Keeps you honest, right?
Yeah, I mean, it keeps my time spent at home, tinkering in the back room, working in the garage, the shop. We both enjoy seeing, you know, the ups and downs in the tank. So it's something we both do together, and she's good at telling me what to do and where to stick it when it comes to coral.
Well, everything right here looks happy. Everything is obviously well thought out, clearly on an upswing that has been going on for a while because these corals are encrusting, not just a little bit, a lot. Some of these have only been in here for a couple months, I know, because we brought them back from Australia. This is absolutely a piece of art. I'm excited to come back in a year or two and check on this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome.